There we go. Good morning. This is Kirsten. I'm with the Marks Group, and I am here today with your monthly Zoho CRM tips and tricks webinar. Can everybody hear me? Better yet, raise your hand if you can't hear me. Awesome. So, that's the wrong view. All right, so today we're going to talk about Zoho CRM Web Forms. There we are. We're going to learn what they are and how we use them, what A/B testing is, what web form analytics can tell me, and a little bit about autoresponders and unsubscribes. So I'm going to start by going out to my CRM. There we go. Okay, here we are. We're logged into the Marks Group demo account right now. So to get to the web forms, we're actually going to, well, actually, let's back up. So what are web forms? Web forms are anything that you're parking on the web that people can fill out. You see these everywhere. Every website you go shop at the Gap, and they're like, hey, sign up for our newsletter, and then you start getting their emails. So this is primarily a lead generation tool that you're going to park somewhere on your website so that everybody who comes to you, you can then put into your CRM system as a lead and prospect from there. So to get to web forms, we're going to go to, there we go. We can go to our settings, and it's down here under the developer space where you're going to find web forms. So web forms are a little bit different than Zoho Forms, which is a separate app and which you get as part of Zoho One. But one of the advantages about having the web forms built into the CRM, well, there's a couple of advantages. One is that it's no additional spend for you. So if you have CRM, you have web forms. They're really, really easy to work with. They're very intuitive and user-friendly, and all you have to do is grab the code off of there and just drop it on your website, and you're good to go. And there's no sort of special integration because it's in your CRM. It's kind of already automatically integrated. Okay, so from here, we've got web forms. This is where you're going to build your web forms. So you can build your web forms off of any of the modules that you have in here. So typically, you're going to want leads or contacts. We have a couple different test modules in here that are allowed to accept web form hosting, but we're just going to go with the leads and the contacts today, because that's really the important thing. So here we've got our general contact form. I can create a new form from here. So I want to do another leads form. There we go. So click on new form. I'm going to give our form a little name as always. So leads from website and our leads module. So this is basically the same builder that you're used to in a lot of different Zoho applications. So when you're building out or customizing a module, you're going to see the same information, and these same fields is what's going to go into your records. So we have a lot less fields in here, not a whole lot of specialty stuff. But one of the important things to note is that you can't have a field over here if it doesn't already exist in the module. So if you want to put something in here like like if they're a vendor or if there's a demo time, then you're going to have those set up already in your record in order to get it into your form. So there are a couple things that are always required, as with anything in Zoho. So our last name and our company name is required because it's required for the module. So you would just basically put in any other fields that you want, drag and drop. You can put them in whatever order makes sense to you. We're going to throw our email in there, and we'll throw our phone number in there, and a little like, how did you hear about us sort of thing. I'm going to put a record source in here. So the neat thing about this is you can make these fields required or not. So as you see, company name is already required. I want to go ahead and make sure that we're requiring a first name as well. So we're going to make that a required field. I don't want people to see what the record source is. I want that to come in automatically, and I want it to be a hidden field. So my default value is going to be website submission. This way, this will go into my record. The contact never sees it or the lead never sees it. It's just something that I can refer back to for how did I get this person. So we're going to leave that there. And then we can also add a little hint. So if you want to do email, we can do a hint message, a little help icon. What this will do is it'll generate a little question mark that people can click on or hover over to see what it is that you're asking for. So here we're going to say the best way to reach you. So there we've generated our little question mark. People just hover over that and it tells us, it gives us a little information on what we're looking for. Okay, so these little buttons down here, submit, reset, we can pick different names for these if we want. So instead of reset, we can say start over. There you go. So other things you can do, obviously it's just like Word, you can change your font, you can change the size, the color, the background. You can change your alignment, so kind of scoot your things around if you want them lined up here on the left, if you want them along the top, etc. You can change your form width. All of these things are going to help make it so that it will fit nicely on your website. You can also leave all this stuff alone and use the code on your website to actually do the design behind it. So we're going to preview our little form before we publish it anywhere. This looks pretty good, kind of matches my look and feel I've got going on there. We've got our required fields, we've got our little question mark field, and then we've got not our lead source field because it's hidden. So this is exactly what it's going to look like when it's up on our website. Okay, let me grab, there we go. So next, so we need to give the form a location. So where is it going to live on our website? And then a landing page URL. So basically, this is where it lives, people fill it out, and then where do they go when they're done filling it out? So I don't actually have my website, so I'm just going to put google.com. You do have to put something in here. It won't let you go past this stage. So even if you're not sure what that's going to be, you just put something in here. If you hover over their little info thingies, it says if you're not sure where it's going to put hosted, enter a star in this field. Might be a glitch, but that's never worked for me. I've always had to put something in there. So I just choose google.com. So assign an owner. So this is going to be whoever this lead is assigned to once they fill out this form. So you can choose a specific user. So if you have one person who always takes care of your website inquiries, you can put them in here. You can also choose just you, which is what it's going to default to. You can also choose a leads assignment rule. So if you have any roles in here, you can assign those now. You can also do the round robin, which is basically first, second, third in line, and then around and around. So for right now, we're going to choose user and leave it as me. You can add a tag. So this will bring in a tag anytime that somebody uses this form. So we can tag it with web form right there. You can do a double opt-in. A double opt-in gives somebody the option of saying, hey, you've opted in, and then giving them a message of like, did you really mean to opt in? So it gives them two chances to say yes or no. We want to be notified by you or contacted by you in the future. So a couple notification areas, notify leads owner. So do you want to send a little text message or email to this person when their lead comes in? So there's the system generated, which I think we're all used to, and then from an email template. So we can create one on our own or pick one that we already have in the system. Excuse me. Right now I'm going to skip that and I'm going to go with the system generated because it's just a little easier. So acknowledge your visitor. You can turn this on or off. Again, you can use an auto response rule, which we've actually created in here already, and we'll go into that a little bit later. And then you can also choose a default response, which is basically like, hey, thanks for filling out our form. Right now, we're going to keep it with use auto response rules so that we can take a look at those later. Visitor tracking is powered by Zoho Sales IQ. This is usually good to turn on if you have Sales IQ. If you don't, then it's not really going to be an option for you. So we're actually going to keep that off. A request for approval would be basically does this person have to be approved by somebody before they can go into your system? So we're going to skip that. So what have we done here? So we've got a place to park it. And we've got myself as the owner. We're going to add a web form tag to anything that comes in here. We're going to notify the lead owner with a system generated mail and acknowledge the visitor using one of our auto response rules. Excuse me. Save, and then here you've got the source code. So you've got a couple different kinds of code here. You have the source, the embed, or the iframe. So this all really depends on what your web hosting platform is, as in terms of what is going to be the best code for you. So from here, I'm going to grab the embed code because I know that's going to work well with WordPress. Copy the code. It's on your little clipboard, and you can take it on over to your website and plug it in wherever you need it, and this form will show up just like it is in here. If you do have a web designer, then they're probably going to want to take the source code and kind of massage it a little bit to give it a better look and feel to kind of go in with your website. All right, so A/B testing. Then A/B testing is actually pretty cool. So if you have a web form up there, so let's go back to our web form that we just did. So our leads from website. Right here, I have my company, first name, last name, email, and phone. So company, first name, and last name are required fields. Somebody is not going to be able to submit this without those required fields. Email and phone, I've left as unrequired fields so that people can fill those out if they want to, but they're not required to. Really, I do want them to fill out their emails. So I can make that a required field, and then people would not be able to submit this form without that. But sometimes there are things that are holding people back from submitting that form. Maybe I've made the phone a required field and people don't feel like they want to, fill that out. And so it's holding them back from completing that form. So what A/B testing will do is it'll give us an opportunity to kind of launch two different versions of a form out there and kind of allot out how many people that we want going to each form, and then kind of run that test, see which form we're getting a better response from. And then this will allow us to choose the best format to really generate those leads from our website, because you're not going to get any information if nobody's filling out the form. So a lot of that has to do with wording as well. So you want to avoid lots of hyperlinks and lots of exclamation points, and anything misspelled is obviously a big sign against you. So we're going to do a little A/B testing right now. Our A/B testing name is going to be testing. And then you have to choose a form that you're testing against. So we're going to go to our leads from website form and create some A/B testing. So this is our original form, and then this is going to be our variant. So here you could go in and make any of those little changes that you want in. So we're going to make the phone a required field. And then I actually want to add a little something else in here. So tell us about your industry. And tell us about your annual revenue. All right. Then we're going to change these. Make this back to reset. And we'll make this save. Excellent. So now you have your two different forms. You got your original and you got your variant. We go to next, and you can put in multiple, by the way. So let me get out of here. You can create additional variants by grabbing another one and just popping it on. It's always going to start with your original form, and then you can go from there. So we're actually going to delete this one. Okay, so we've got our two forms. Go to next, and then you can set up a sample, or how many people do you want to direct each way. So 100% of my visitors are going to be included in the A/B test experiment. So this is going to kind of round robin it. So I'm going to go on the website, I'm going to get the original form. You go on it right after me, you're going to get the variant. So this is where we're setting up the 50-50 split. You can change it as you want. It's not really a fair A/B test unless it's fairly split, in my opinion. So we're going to go 50-50. You can give the number of days that the test will end after. So 30 days, weeks, months. Change this number, obviously, to however long you want it for. You can specify a day range, or you can also say after 100 visitors. Notify me the A/B testing winner through email. So that's again just going to generate an automatic email to you when the system knows who the winner is. And then you can launch the winner once the test is completed. So what's going to happen is this is going to go through the system. So right now we have it set for 30 days. So for the next 30 days, everybody who's coming to my website is going to be sent to one or the other form. What's going to happen after that is the system is going to track how many people are actually completely filling out and submitting the form. And whichever one has the higher score, so let's say 30% of people started but never finished this form, whereas 50% of people started and finished this form. So it's going to assign the winner based on that higher percentage, and you can choose to have that form automatically launched once it's been marked as the winner. So we're going to start our A/B testing. So here we've got our test set up to go, all ready to go. It's not actually going anywhere because, again, my form is on google.com, which Google is going to block. So it's currently running. We can pause it anytime, and we can review the results anytime. So these results are going to be our analytics. Analytics are super awesome. If you know me, you know I'm a huge dork of all things analytics. You also get these on just our general web forms. So anywhere that you want to see your analytics, you can. Because this isn't really going anywhere, I have 0 submissions and 0 leads, which is a bummer because it's pretty cool to actually look at the numbers. So what this is actually going to show you once it's up and launched and running on your website is the number of submissions that you have. It breaks it down by daily, weekly, monthly, partial versus complete submissions. And this is, again, really where the A/B testing comes in, because what is it in your form that people don't want to fill out that is stopping them from completely submitting it? So that's a good thing to see right there. By region, if you break if your company's international and it's broken out by countries, obviously you're going to have something in here by region. So maybe you can see, you know, how your Canada market is doing is compared to your US market is compared to your Mexico market. Leads, this is the cool one. So it's going to show you the number of leads created from your web form, leads converted. So it's going to continue to track those people. So those hits that you get off your website, the people who are filling out this form and going into your CRM, it's going to be able to show you once you've actually converted that lead into a contact and made a deal with them and generated that sale. That's when you're going to see them in the lead conversion report. So again, the deal's created, again, that lead gets converted into your contact, generates a deal, and then generates revenue. So this is really great. This will show you how your marketing money, which is nothing at this point except for your website. So you get all these fun, great things and all these marketing tools for nothing because you're already paying for your CRM. So this is going to show you the actual revenue that you're driving from getting these people in your CRM from your website. So that's why I like analytics. Auto response rules really quick. So these are going to basically send a friendly thank you for signing up for our newsletter. Thank you for our interest in our company. Thank you for joining our team. Those are the response rules that you're going to get in here. For right now, we have a rule. So you can generate these based on a set of criteria. So I'm going to save that. So here we've got our rule. Do we want it turned on? Do we want it turned off? You can edit, delete these, obviously, like most workflow rules, any sort of rule that you have in the system. So right now we just have that one turned on. So the other important thing is the unsubscribe link. If you shopped anywhere on the internet, then you know that you are going to immediately get 1 to 2 emails a day from the store that you just shopped at. This is especially fun when you do something like buy a car, because no, you don't want to buy a car every day. So this will give your users the chance to unsubscribe. I like getting all those Gap emails. I like knowing when they're having a sale, but every once in a while, some companies might get a little too much and you're going to want to unsubscribe from them. And that's great. You want your users to be able to do that. You don't want them to feel like they're being pestered. So it's always good to have an unsubscribe link. There's one that comes in with Zoho. It's the default. It's the one that you're going to get. We're going to take a look at that one right now because there's You can create a new one. So a new one would basically take you to a custom page. So it can plop you over to somewhere on your website where you've created that, like, sorry to see you go, you've successfully unsubscribed kind of message. This one just comes with the standard page, which says basically exactly that. And then the action on unsubscribe, which is to display a message. You could also send them over to a different site. So sorry you unsubscribed, here's our shopping stuff anyway. So we're actually going to close out of here. It's pretty, I can't remember if we can see no, we can't see we're going to have to do our own in order to preview it. So again, no misspellings on your website. Nobody thinks that's credible. Actually, let's do the standard page. And then there we go. So this is a peek at what it's going to look like. So emails will no longer be sent to, it won't say customer company name, but it'll actually pick up that user's email in there after clicking the unsubscribe button. So this is what it's going to look like. And then the display message is unsubscribed successfully. You've been successfully unsubscribed from this email communication. And here's where you can redirect to another URL. Again, same here. So we're actually going to cancel out of that and not save that one. That's basically all we got. So that little unsubscribe link is going to go down at the bottom of any information that you're gathering from a client out of here. So this will also go on to like your marketing emails, things like that. All right, so I think that's all I have on web forms today. Does anybody have a question? Want to throw your hands in the air? I do want to say today, actually, guys, that most of the ideas that I get for doing my blogs and doing my monthly webinars come from clients. So these are questions that people are asking me that make me take a much deeper dive and really go down step by step through the whole process so that I can then turn around and teach that to them. So I appreciate any sort of questions you have, any sort of comments you have. Feel free, you can email me personally. Get that bad boy back up there. There you go. All right, so you can email me personally. I can never just get this right. There we go. So you can send any questions or suggestions to support@marksgroup.net. You can also email me personally at kirsten@marksgroup.net. That's KIRSTEN. Check out our YouTube channel. It's actually really, really cool. Just go on YouTube, search for the Marks Group, search for Zoho CRM. We have an entire series of videos on Zoho CRM specifically, and then also on other apps that you may have encountered or that you're looking into or that you have and you need to learn how to integrate. All sorts of great stuff over there. You can also sign up for our blogs and our newsletter at marksgroup.net. We do blogs on not only Zoho, but also on Microsoft Dynamics, on other CRM products that we support. You can check them all there, and we do a monthly newsletter that's just full of great stuff. It's full of not only some of our blogs, but also some remarks and some articles from Gene himself. So it's actually very great. Make sure you sign up for that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and come see me again next month. Thanks a bunch. Everybody have a great day.